is fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. That is what an average study session looked like for me when I was in high school and college. Well, that and... I'm making this video mostly to process my own internal thoughts, or to connect with somebody who feels this way or has felt this way before. So right now everybody is going back to school. Class has already started, people are settled in mostly, besides, you know, a pandemic. But whatever. I currently am not going to school. And that weirds me out because a lot of the people I went to high school with are currently graduating from college. And that just feels very weird to me. I never really liked school growing up. I feel like no one really does, and anybody who does say that they liked it was a liar. But I really didn't like school. I remember when I was really little, I would come home and just start crying because I didn't like being there. There's no real reason, I just hated school. My homework was never done, my classwork I always found trivial, and I could not for the life of me ever pay attention. And on top of that, I never knew what I ever wanted to do for a career. It's never been a thing that I sat down and thought about before. And so because I never really knew what I wanted to do for a career, I never really thought about college, so I never really wanted to go. I never had an interest in it. I ended up going because I was externally pressured by everybody in my life around me, and as well as the constant looming thought of financial insecurity. But that's gonna come anyway, so it's fine. Going into college, I didn't have a plan, and that really scared me. My GPA was not good enough to get into university, not even close, so I enrolled in the local community college with the plan of getting enough credits to transfer to the local university. So at least I had an inkling of a plan. Problem is, I had an unanswered question. What the fuck do I major in? Growing up, I always wanted to be a filmmaker. I always wanted to make movies. And so, I had the logical thought, I should major in film. So major in film it is. No. Everybody told me it was not profitable. So I walked away from it. Literally everybody, as soon as I mentioned that idea to anybody, they were like, oh. You know you won't make a lot of money with that, right? The next idea I had was, well, I could major in business. I don't know why I had that thought. Probably because it just sounded impressive. But other than that, I have absolutely no interest in business. I don't like it. And so I don't know why I thought I would do well in it. My next thought was to go into IT or software development or something like that. You know, like I understand computers, I know how to use them, but I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do that. And all of these majors all clashed with like one overarching question, which was, did I want to go to school to help me land a solid career? Or am I trying to go to school to expand my knowledge on something that I really enjoy? And I understand that you can have both, but that one question kept looming over the entire thing and made me overly paranoid and anxious about school as a whole. I ended up stumbling through school for like 2-ish years, barely passing and increasingly becoming more anxious and depressed as the semesters went by. I remember one very specific instance where I drove all the way to school, parked my car, walked to the building that my class was in, got sad, walked back to my car, and drove myself to Chipotle all before my class was supposed to start. I ended up having like a few nice teachers. We had one teacher, my English 101 teacher, who had us watch The Matrix and write a paper on it. So that was cool. I also had a couple pretty shitty teachers, like my English 102 teacher, who told me I shouldn't pursue filmmaking because I didn't seem to have the vibe for it. Also my Psychology 101 teacher, who stopped showing up to class after like 2 weeks. So I don't know what happened there. Every time I would vent to somebody about how I don't know what I'm doing in college, they would always just give me the same canned response. Well, just go talk to the counselor. They always help me. I had only been to the counseling office once, and that was to take my placement test to get into school. And all I remember about that building is that I got lost and scared. I was also scared because it seems like everybody around me had talked to a counselor before they were even enrolled in school. I never did that. I just kind of enrolled and started classes. I never talked to anybody, I just started. I never ended up seeing anybody until the beginning of my 3rd year of school. So since I didn't know if I was assigned a specific counselor or not, I just told the person at the front desk to pair me up with anyone, which in hindsight was a horrible idea. I sat there and waited for about 2 hours, the entire time trying to think about what I'm gonna tell this poor advisor who has no idea what they're dealing with. I have no idea why I'm here. I ended up getting paired with this one lady who seemed very annoyed that I existed, which just added to the discomfort. We went back to her cubicle and her desk was just completely littered with snack wrappers, which, no judgment, my desk is usually no better. She asked me why I was there, and so I just decided to be honest. I honestly don't know. I've been taking classes here for like 2 years now, and I'm not really sure what they're all supposed to be adding up to, or what my goals really are, or anything. Her response? Then why are you even here? Wow. Okay. I didn't really know how to feel after that. We went through a process of her asking me what I am interested in and what I like, and I ended up just saying tech because I was already feeling defeated. So I basically just gave up. She printed me out a course path for a computer science degree. I ended up finishing that semester, my strongest semester I might add, but I never ended up re-enrolling for the next semester. It's been about a year now. I'd like to go back to school and get a degree or something at some point. I just want to have some sort of a plan. I hope this video can connect with at least someone, both to ease my own existential dread and maybe to ease their own. But yeah, for now I'm not in college.